तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। वंदे गुरुर्मण्डलम्। Shivoham. We have till now understood various aspects in which Swar Yoga helps us in gaining success related not only to the worldly life and perfect divination, but also for attaining the infinite bliss through enlightenment. Now let's understand the next verse, that is the 28th verse. Yasmai kasmai parasmai va na proktah prashna hetve tasmadetat swayam gyaymatmanovatmanatmani. The literal meaning of the verse is, this knowledge should not be given to anybody simply to answer the questions, but Swar Yoga should be mastered by oneself to obtain real knowledge about self, that is, for realizing one's Atman or truth. Well, only if we can see, this is the most important instruction given out by Lord Shiva in Shiv Swarodaya. When anyone gains any siddhi or say any sort of perfection in life, then that person wants the world to know about it. I have seen amateur astrologers who have just started to learn astrology, and whatever little astrology they know, they want to show it off in their circles. It is not only with the astrology, but a universal phenomenon. When you start gaining any knowledge, you wish to tell the world that you know something more than others. During my workshops, I always ask the students that why they want to learn Swar Yoga. Majority of students tell me that they want to learn it to help other people by showing them the right direction. On this, I always say that you may want to help others, but your first priority should be to help yourself. Suppose you do sadhana and gain some siddhi, like you can control the flame of a lamp. If you think it should move to the right, it moves to the right. And if you want it to grow large, it grows as per your desire. Then what would you do? Well, in deepest of heart, you know that you would want to make a show out of it and let the world know that you have mastered something impossible. You can go ahead and start showing this magical feat of mind over matter and the power of concentration. But always keep in mind, this very act shall stop your growth. As per Patanjali, these superhuman powers are accomplishments for the mind that is outgoing, but obstacles to samadhi or the state where truth of self is revealed. You can see Yoga Sutra Vibhutipad, especially verse 37. So it is always said that one must not ever show off any siddhi that one gains on the path of sadhana. When one starts enjoying the siddhis, then one cannot focus on the path that leads to the ultimate goal of enlightenment. This is not only common for people, even great yogis fall in this trap. You must have heard of yogis who gained the siddhi of walking on water or in the Akash. But what happens next is that they start enjoying the attention and appreciation that they get for this. Our Gurudev, Sri Kali Baba, who taught us the Vam sadhana of Tantra, had shared the sadhana to gain the siddhi of walking on water. He gave us the exact processes of how through specific mantras a pair of wooden sandal is infused with the capacity to hold the body weight on the surface of water. He asked us to test his words, but then at the end he remarked explicitly, even if you gain this siddhi, it is unlikely that you will be helping people in any way through this power. He was absolutely right. To think of it, what would one do even if one gained such power? Siddhis do only one thing to us. These capture our ego. When one starts getting attention for pulling out such a magical feat, it is obvious that it will bring pride. Pride means that one will feel that he or she is different and superior to others. This feeling places a full stop in our spiritual growth, and a positive self transformation beyond this point gets almost impossible. Why? Because it creates separation between you and the world. Truth is one. There is only one reality. Nothing is separate from that. I recall an incident that happened with Ma Anandamayi. Someone asked her, "Ma, how do you come to know others' thoughts?" And you know what she replied? She said, "Where is the other?" This is the attitude of a Siddha. Many of you have seen how Acharyaji picks up your unspoken questions during the discourses and clarifies your doubts. How almost every time you people have exclaimed, "How is this possible that we as your teachers can read your thoughts?" Well, this kind of capacity is not impossible. Some of you are going to reach that place in few years from now. This will happen only if you stay one with the reality, without ego, without any feeling of separateness. It is also the fact that as one gets proficient in Swar Yoga, answers to all questions start coming to him. By understanding the breath, one is able to know what is going on in others' mind and answer to any question that person asks. If you start enjoying this, then you will be stalled in that level and not grow beyond it. This capacity is the positive outcome of your continuous growth in Swar Sadhana. Therefore, as your progress stops slowly, this power shall also vanish in some time. So pay attention to what Shiva is telling here. It is clearly said here that one must not answer questions of anybody but use this knowledge of Swar Yoga for self growth and always apply own intellect to it. This knowledge of Swar Yoga is best used when it is applied with intellect on your own body and mind. The best thing for a Swar Yogi to do is to steady his or her body and mind and understand the changes happening within with the change of Swar and Tattvas for self-realization. That's all for today. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I bow down to the Divine sitting in your hearts. Shivoham.